Hey Merfolk fans, I'm Joe. Thanks for joining me. I am just about to start up another Modern Friendly League. This will be my first match. Found an opponent right away. Let's hope that it goes well. Alright, so opponent kept 7. I'm on the draw, and the hand looks pretty good. Certainly going to be better against some decks than others. But yeah, I'll keep it. Let's adjust this chat thingy over here. Burn. Search for Tomorrow. Okay, so I haven't seen this deck on on MTGO yet. Chalice of the Void on 0? What's happening? Alright. Not quite sure. Maybe you guys know decks that play Chalice of the Void on 0. Search for Tomorrow. I'm pretty freaked out right now. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose next turn or something. Okay, Chalice doesn't counter Cursecatcher because he costs 1. Pass back to this weirdo. So, yeah, this is going to resolve in a couple turns from now. Assuming this is some version of Scapeshift. Okay. I think we're just going to push out as many lords as we can for now. Although, you know, he could be within anger next turn with the Search for Tomorrow and another land drop. But we can't just sit around doing nothing. So let me play the Wanderwine, play the Master. Go to attacks. He's got red up, so it's possible I should have attacked with the Cursecatcher first. Gotten 1 damage and then sacked him to save the Lord. But looks like he doesn't have a bolt. This is going to resolve, and the opponent probably going to get a mountain, I would assume. So many stupid windows for all of these suspend effects. I have to say okay like a million times. Okay, hard casting Search for Tomorrow. I think we're going to counter that, huh? So if he has Simian Spirit Guide, you know, good for him. But if he doesn't, just seems like a misplay to me. So he missed his land drop that turn. That's really super excellent for us. Could have anger. We might, with him missing land drops, we might want to try to hit our 4th land by playing Spreading Seas now. But we can just try to keep up the pressure. I don't really love running out another Lord. It does make the clock much faster. Let's see. Swing for 3, go to 13, then 6. Certainly faster. If he had anger, he probably would have been baiting me with Search for Tomorrow there. So, but either way, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to keep going with card advantage here. Maybe incorrect, and you guys can yell at me for it later. So there's a Reejerey. Let's go to attacks. Opponent is F6ing here, and we'll just play this island and pass back to them. Okay, Chalice on 1. This is a really weird deck. Didn't have Bolt last turn, so probably not going to have it this turn. Didn't play a land, kind of encouraging me to play another Spreading Seas here. He could well have another Chalice in hand, and so if he plays another land and then plays it on 2, that might be a little bit rough on us. No, I think it might be time, now that we have a Reejerey in hand. He can open up a lot of possibilities for us, and if he doesn't respond to the Reejerey next turn, we can get out 2 more Lords. Attack, and let's see what he does here. Alright, still no bolts. Another land. So, yeah, this might be where he plays his Chalice on 2, but then he's getting hit for 6, and if he doesn't have something... Another Stomping Ground going down to 8. Spirit Guide. So 5-drop through the breach. Don't be Amarocco, please. Okay. I can deal with Primeval Titan. I mean, he might wipe my board. Kind of stinks, but he's going away after this turn. We've got another Spreading Seas to hit a Valakut. I mean, wasting so many cards, right? He spent a Through the Breach and a Simian Spirit Guide to get this guy onto the battlefield. So he got a Valakut and a Mountain. He's only got 4 Mountains right now. He can go get 2 more Mountains and get 1 Valakut trigger, I think. Certainly not blocking this dude. 2 Valakuts. Is that what he's doing? Is that right? Wait, I'm sorry. Is he getting triggers here? For Valakuts? 1, 2, 3. Oh, what? He has more mountains than it looks like, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did all those things matter? I don't know. I guess I must have just miscounted a second ago. I hate how Magic the Gathering Online stacks their lands. Especially when they're highlighted. You can't see anything. 1, 2, 3... Oh, I'm sorry. No, those weren't extra Valakuts. Those were mountains. So, of course, now that makes sense. So, board has been wiped, but the opponent's at 8. If we draw land, we're right back in this. Well, we're in it anyway, I think. Land for Spreading Seas, hit the Valakut. Mutavault's a good draw. It's another body we get to start swinging with soon. Land is okay. It opens up these double blue spells. Alright, I am at 14 here. The opponent's on 1 card in hand, so he doesn't have any kind of combo with Through the Breach right now. He could play another Primeval Titan, which would not be great for us. Anger of the Gods. It's okay. He's feeling the pressure. He's feeling the heat. Master of Waves is pretty good. Plays around all that red removal. And yeah, I mean, we're not closing the game out this turn, but Master of Waves, more than anything else in my hand, threatens to close it out next turn. So we'll play this guy now. Wait, I tapped 1 too many. Okay, so we're going to get 3 tokens and pass to the opponent. Okay, so we got there in game 1. What a strange deck. Yeah, so begin sideboarding. Maybe the opponent left the game. Maybe he just disconnected by mistake. We do want to bring in Dispels for sure. They counter Through the Breach. Do want to bring in Negate as well. We really want anything we can to counter that Through the Breach. Tidebinder is good against Primeval Titan, and Kira is good against those Valakut triggers. Kira is pretty bad in against traditional Scapeshift because, although, to be fair, she's actually pretty good in those matchups as well. I had an opponent who was playing a traditional Scapeshift build a few weeks ago, and when all those triggers go on the stack, they all go on the stack at the same time. So a lot of them end up getting countered anyway. So Kira can, if the opponent decides to go, like if they can't get a lethal Scapeshift, they decide to go after our team, Kira protects them. And she does an especially good job against the Primeval Titan versions because Primeval Titan's usually only getting 1, 2, 3, 4 Valakut triggers maybe on a given turn. And so Kira can leave us with a bunch of creatures on the board, and at that point in the game, when the opponent has prime time down, we usually have a bunch of creatures, and just getting 1 more attack step is usually enough. So I like bringing Kira in these matchups. Master of Waves is really weak to Valakut. He just dies since Valakut is colorless as a land. The protection from red doesn't really help at all. He does have protection from Anger of the Gods, but he's slow and dies to a single Valakut trigger, so I usually take that guy out. Echoing Truth is a little bit clunky. It's not really necessary in the matchup. Can't hit an Emrakul, for example. Harbinger, on the other hand, can bounce an Emrakul, especially with an AEther Vial on the board. So we have to cut 4 more spells. Vapor Snag, decent against Primeval Titan. So we can leave that in. I think we're going to cut... Spreading Seas is necessary. Harbinger is pretty good. Cursecatcher is not really good against the ramp that they get going on, especially when they're on the play. So I think I'm just going to cut Cursecatchers. Although... I'm going to stop talking for a second, just think. We'll cut 1 Reejerey. No, Reejereys are good. I'm going to cut the Cursecatchers, I guess. Not sure about this sideboarding strategy. I've been away from this matchup for a while, but I guess it's decent. You know, we've got some counter magic, we've got a bunch of creatures, we've got some protection with Kira, we've got land disruption with Spreading Seas. Okay, it looks like the opponent is actually back here. 2 lords, 4 lands. AEther Vial. AEther Vial is interesting in the matchup. I like having it. 2 lords doesn't quite play around Anger of the Gods, but another one makes it so that we can. You know, I think I'm going to keep this. Being up a game, I've got an edge already. AEther Vial helps us play around Chalice. So, it's weak, but imagine we take one of these islands away. I would certainly snap keep this as a 6-card hand. No card draw in the hand. But there's that 3rd lord, so that makes this hand a lot better. I'm going to look for a turn when we can get all 3 of these guys out on the same turn, so that we play around Anger of the Gods. We're going to do our best to do that. Sakura Tribuilder. Or Explore, I think, is a 2-drop they play. Maybe Chalice on 1, a little bit late. Okay, Suspended Search for Tomorrow. A little awkward on turn 2. So as I was mentioning, I think that I'm going to look for a turn when I can get all of these guys out at once. So it might take a little while. If I play out a Lord now and he gets bolted, let's see, next turn, if I wait next turn, I can play Reejerey, have AEther Vial up. What I really want to do, I guess, let's see, is end step, put in a Lord, and then try to get the other 2 Lords on the table. I'm just going to pass here. It might be wrong, but the strategy of getting our creatures up to 4 toughness has worked in the past against this deck. Simian Spirit Guide, 3 mana now, and Reclamation Sage is a little bit annoying. Alright, changes the plan. Reejerey still keeps things relatively expedited here, as long as he can't remove the Reejerey. That land there is not what I wanted to see. But if he taps out for something stupid like Obstinate Baloth or something next turn, we can still accomplish the plan of getting the creatures up to 4 toughness. So it goes over here, and then it comes back over here. Okay, I mean, he could have Through the Breach right now, and it's possible I should have left Vapor Snag up, but we've got to play our game. Which is really just getting these creatures onto the table. Okay, Search for Tomorrow. All right, 2 cards in hand. I'm not going to really try to play around much here. I do want to untap the island. Now, it's possible I might want to... I think I'm going to save this Vapor Snag for something like a Primeval Titan. Probably... I was going to say I can play it and protect one of the lords, but if he's going to... Let's see. I really want to put Mutavault out. Alright, let's go for this here. What am I tapping? I guess this, right? Alright, so... Looks like we got our creatures to the 4 toughness that I was looking for. We can play Mutavault, go to combat, swing for 4, and we've got Vapor Snag up. Opponent has 6 lands, can hardcast Primeval Titan. There he is. He only has 4 mountains right now, so we can only get 2. Which I guess gets 1 trigger, and he can't really hit us. I mean, hit our creatures. What did he get? It doesn't say over here, I don't think. Let's see. Okay, so I won the match. Sort of a strange build of this deck. That strategy where I hold up my lords, especially with AEther Vial, to try to get them all out at once, up to 4 toughness, as I mentioned, has won matches in the past. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. It's a little bit counterintuitive because it's not quite as aggressive as it could be, but it just seems more important, especially with the 3 lords already in hand, to try to protect them the best we can. And the best way to do that against a deck that plays Anger of the Gods is to make sure that they all have 4 toughness. So that was game 1 of this league. Please join me in the next video for round 2. Thanks a lot.